Whether to plod or not to plod. I'm at my next location, which is one a little bit tucked up out the way. So I've been here for about 3 seconds, being clocked by a copper on staircase. So he's already on the phone. You can see there, from what I can work out, that the name of this is, I believe that the name of this is called Borum Police Station.
Get ready to witness a tense audit showdown. The auditor has barely arrived at a tucked-away police station when he spots a copper already clocking him from a staircase, phone in hand. Suspicion rises instantly, and the stage is set for what's about to become a heated clash over public rights, police authority, and accountability.
I do believe. So, yeah. It's relatively new, it does. And yeah, it looks quite slick, looks quite smart, but yeah. I think it may still be in the process of sort of being finished.
The auditor takes time to scan the area, describing the station as new, slick, and smart. On the surface it seems quiet, but every word feels like a build-up. Behind the calm observations, the audience knows the officers have already noticed him. The anticipation grows, waiting for the first test of how the police will react to being filmed.
Well, first of all, could you identify yourself for me?
PC.
And your collar number?
PC Lee Bush.
Your collar number, sir?
So, shoulder number's 3158.
Thank you very much, sir.
That's all right. Yeah, is there any reason why you're filming the police station?
Yep, for public interest, sir.
Okay. In what respect?
Just to see how well the local police get on with the local people.
Okay, so...
And in how they're actually treated.
Okay, and is that in relation to yourself, or is it just...
No, in general, sir.
No? Okay, so how? I'm just intrigued how filming a police station is going to further that for you.
Well, you don't see many actual police out on foot anymore.
Oh, I see, right. Okay.
So the only way you can really actually get to see any number of police officers is actually at a police station.
Okay. So is that what would you like me to relay that back? You want more people on the street, in other words?
Well, yeah, that'd be great, most of all.
Okay.
There you go. Do you feel there's a disconnection between the actual local police and local people?
The job I do, I don't really have that much to do with the local communities anymore in that respect, so I can't answer that. But that might be, if you feel that way, clearly I suggest then.
Oh no, it's not just not myself. Okay, it's been widely known.
Okay.
Okay, that's the way that things are around here.
How local do you live here? Do you live relatively local, like streets away or on the borough, on Waltham Forest?
I didn't say that I did, and I didn't say that I didn't. So.
Okay, so no, I'm just asking because you were saying about the disconnect about the area, so it's reasonable for me to assume to some degree that you're at this police station, then therefore you might be.
Yeah, well, it goes across the board a lot with a lot of the Met, across the whole board.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
I don't need to give you that, sir.
Right.
The first officer, a detective sergeant, approaches in plain clothes. His tone is professional, asking why the filming is taking place. The auditor explains it's a matter of public interest, a way to measure how police engage with communities. The conversation remains civil, but the tension is visible, especially when the officer dodges the question about whether there's a disconnect between the police and the public.
Okay, so that wasn't a bad interaction, but why is it that they struggle to admit now he was a detective sergeant, but why is it that they struggle so badly in actually saying that there is a disconnect? This is what I don't get. Why are they so afraid to say that there's a disconnect? Why? Well, it's because, number one, they already know that the public has lost interest in the police. Okay, that's for one. Okay, and they just don't like it that it's now all going against them. So, but there's nothing more that you can really say. But it just sort of makes you wonder, makes you laugh.
Now away from the officer, the auditor gives his own commentary. He argues that police are reluctant to admit the truth, that there is a growing disconnect with the public. His words highlight mistrust, frustration, and a belief that officers know the public has lost confidence but refuse to acknowledge it. The tone sharpens, laying the foundation for the confrontations ahead.
I'm very good, thank you.
Can I help you with anything?
No, could you identify yourself first, please?
Yeah, I'm a police officer. I've got my work card with me. How is it I can help you today?
I didn't ask for any help. And your collar number, please.
It's my shoulder number.
Shoulder.
It's 1968 November Echo.
Thank you very much.
What is it you're doing today?
I'm filming.
Pardon?
I'm filming.
Any reason what for?
Yep, just to see how well that the police actually interact with local people.
All right. Are you from around here? Are you from this area?
There's no point in fishing to whether or not I'm from round here or not.
I'm
Okay,
just asking.
it should make no difference whether or not I was or I wasn't.
A new officer steps in, instantly questioned by the auditor to identify herself. When she asks what he's doing, the clash begins. He's direct and defiant, refusing to justify his filming beyond the public right to record. The air shifts from polite questioning to challenge, signaling the start of the real confrontation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just asking.
It's just something that should happen.
No worries. Obviously, you're filming a police station. There's no need for you to be filming a police station.
Okay.
I'm going to search you.
Hang on. Well, first of all, let's just actually clarify this.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're going to use section 43, okay, don't just quote me a number. Quote me the specific part of section 43 before you even attempt to do anything. Okay, because under section 43, I have the legal right to actually film a police station. I'm breaking no laws. Okay, a detective sergeant has only just been out here. Okay, so think very carefully before you even attempt to use section 43. Because if you go to use section 43, okay, I will sue you.
Sue me for what?
Okay, for an unlawful detainment. Okay.
Why is it unlawful?
Because it is perfectly lawful, exactly what I'm doing, filming the police station. You've asked me what I'm doing. I've given you a reason. Okay.
You just
Now
said
it
you're
states that
filming the police
yeah,
station.
and if you look under the section 43, okay, it is perfectly lawful for me to film a police station. Okay, and section 43 cannot be used in the line of filming. I'm here to audit the actual police station, and if you care to actually look, because you're a public service, okay, and I'm a member of the public, okay? And I'm entitled to do exactly what I'm doing.
I'm just asking why.
That's why I'm saying to you, you need to think very carefully now. And if you're going to use Section 43, if you're going to use Section 43, make sure that you quote me the correct legislation from 43.
You feel the need to come out here and start filming the police station.
Well, what gives you the right to abuse my rights?
How am I abusing your rights?
Because you're going to try and use the Terrorism Act.
I haven't even done anything yet.
Well, you said you're going to search me.
Okay, but I haven't done anything yet, have I?
That's only because I'm challenging you.
No, I'm asking you a question and you can't give me an answer.
I don't need to justify what I'm doing, okay? I've told you why I'm here, okay? And that's why I told you, think very carefully before your next step, okay? And if you need to call an inspector or a sergeant out, then I suggest you do so,
Who is
okay?
it you just spoke to?
A detective sergeant that was just out here.
Did not say who it was.
Okay? Right, so think very carefully.
Did they not say who it was?
Well, just call through to your control room. They sent him out.
No one called.
He's only come out, literally, he only just left me just as I walked this way. Okay. So that's why I said, think very carefully with what you're about to do.
What did he say?
He knows I'm perfectly well within my lawful rights to do what I'm doing.
What do he look like? I'll go and see if I can find him quickly.
In plain clothes, a little bit taller than me, a little bit chubby, shortish hair.
Suit?
Yeah.
Alright, 2 seconds.
Okay, looked like a dark blue suit.
And you said he was DS, yeah?
Detective Sergeant, yep, he came from upstairs, over in that far corner, is where he came from. So that's why I said, think very carefully.
I don't think very carefully.
No, you do. You can't just use the Section 43, okay, and abuse that power. That's why Section 44 got removed, because of officers like you that tried to abuse.
Like me?
Yeah, you've gone to use
officers like me.
Yeah, that's why the first thing you actually went to do was take your gloves out and actually try and abuse my.
The confrontation explodes when the officer hints at using Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. The auditor seizes the moment, laying down the law with precision. He cites the legislation, warns her not to misuse her powers, and threatens legal action if she tries to detain him. This is the heart of the showdown, an auditor standing firm on his rights while challenging a potential abuse of authority.
Right.
I'm not abusing your
rights.
Yeah,
you did, by trying to say you're going to search me. What gives you the right to think that you can do that?
But how am I abusing your rights?
Okay, to even suggest that. You're absolutely a disgrace, you are.
I'm a disgrace.
Yes, you are.
It's a bit extreme.
No, you're a disgrace to even suggest that. Okay?
Why am I a disgrace?
For somebody doing something lawful, you think that you can search him.
I'm asking you why you've come down
You think
here.
it makes no difference. I don't even have to answer you.
Okay, let's stand
in
silence. Right, fine by me.
But to even suggest that you're going to search me, okay? Honestly, you're an absolute embarrassment.
The exchange intensifies as the auditor accuses the officer of attempting to abuse her position. He calls her an embarrassment, a disgrace, and a joke for even suggesting a search. Every line drips with defiance, turning the encounter into a verbal battle of principles, lawful rights versus perceived intimidation.
All good.
I've just spoke to someone who spoke to you. I don't think he's DS from the sounds of it, but I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I think what he said, did you say to him about obviously you weren't happy about the lack of police officers or something like that, was it?
Yeah, it's called an audit.
Yeah, fair enough. Long and short of it, like you said, he's obviously said you can record. The more people we see you and see it, obviously with everything going on, terrorism is obviously very high, you can be searched under it. Obviously it's our powers to use. I know you're going to say the legislation's not great, it's not, or we shouldn't be using it, whatever.
Well, no, it'd be an unlawful detainment is what it will be.
What we would say though is, obviously with what's happening in the world, and obviously terrorism acts and stuff like that, we would probably, if we wanted, we can search under it, we'd think there's enough. I think what the guy upstairs said to you is, obviously you can film, obviously the longer you stay here, the more people are probably going to stop you and think this looks a bit suspicious. Is that kind of what he said to you?
Okay, just remember, suspicion number one isn't a crime.
No, I didn't say it was. I just said, is that what he said to you? That if you hang around here, it's going to...
No, he didn't tell me that if I hang around here.
So what obviously what I'm saying is obviously if loads of police officers keep seeing someone film a police building, they would probably search you under the Terrorism Act because they would see it as suspicious.
Another officer arrives, attempting to defuse the situation. He acknowledges that filming isn't illegal but frames it as suspicious under the lens of terrorism concerns. The auditor pushes back hard, reminding him that suspicion is not a crime. This segment shows two perspectives colliding: the officer's focus on suspicion and security, and the auditor's unshakable stance on lawful freedom.
That you've been spoken to now by 2 officers, and they've said to you, like, obviously you can film, but if you carried on to staying here like all day, they're going to go, why is he still here filming?
And even if I did, there is still nothing wrong with that.
But you'd probably get searched, and then if you wanted to put a complaint in or whatever, then that would be down to you. But officers would probably, the next person who stops you will probably search you.
Okay.
And
Well,
just be aware, whoever you spoke to, they haven't informed anyone else that you're here. Or
that's not my fault though.
No, I'm not saying that.
But as I did tell you, it literally only just left me.
Yeah, but
I walked from here to there.
But I don't know that.
And that was when you came out, okay? But maybe what you should do is, instead of actually going to try and go straight in for and saying about search, okay, maybe the actual facts should actually be put forward first. You can't go off of what you don't know, but what you do know.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is the difference.
Standing out here,
yes.
filming a police building.
Yes, and what's wrong with that? There is no law and no crime that I've committed.
But to us, it's suspicious. You standing
Yeah, but
out here
just remember,
filming.
suspicion is not a crime.
But
and if you actually go by what the actual memo was that got sent out to all police stations, okay, to do with auditors, and I told you that that's what I was doing, okay, that we are to be left alone, okay, and to be able to actually film, okay, and it is on the actual website itself to say that any member of the public has the right to film a police station, police staff, police vehicles, and so on, okay, and not have section 43 used, and that is on your own website.
Okay, but we can use
Okay.
that to search.
And it will be unlawful.
It's not unlawful.
Yes, it is unlawful.
No, it's not unlawful.
Yes, it is unlawful. Okay, you have to have reasonable suspicion. Okay, and just because you suspect, that is not reasonable grounds for that search.
The auditor takes control, quoting official Metropolitan Police guidance that explicitly allows the public to film stations, staff, and vehicles. He points out that their own website confirms his right, making the officer's argument crumble. It's a turning point where knowledge of the law and policy outweighs vague claims of suspicion, reinforcing that accountability lies in facts, not fear.
Okay.
So we'll leave you to it. But obviously, like I said, if more colleagues come, and obviously after we've obviously been on the radio now because my colleagues put it up that someone filming, the next officers might search you and it'll be down to their powers. All right? I know you disagree with it, but if that's what they decide to do, then that's what they decide to do. And if you're not happy about it, then obviously you have to put a complaint in about obviously that person. Okay?
Yeah. Can I say thank you very much for actually taking the time to actually go up
Yes, all right.
and actually find out for me.
Yes,
It
all
was
right.
most
There's quite a few
appreciated.
people up there, so it does take a while to find.
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately, they're not got numbers or shoulders numbers.
No,
So
it was most
But
appreciated.
obviously, going forward, I know obviously you might want to record or whatever, but you probably will get challenged
And,
again.
and that's fine. I welcome any interaction by any officer.
Fair enough. But,
Okay.
but the next one might search you.
Yeah.
Is that fair enough?
Yeah. As I said, I welcome any interaction
Okay.
by any
Yeah,
officer.
no worries. Honest answer, are you going to be staying here for a while and filming?
I
Just so we
don't-
can put it up.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I
So
may.
obviously we can tell
I may.
people-
I may be done in 5 minutes. I may be here for another half an hour. I don't know.
Okay, no worries.
I
The only
couldn't
thing I
tell
would
you.
say as well, I know you want to film it, but there's also victims here as well.
I know.
So-
That's why I've made sure that I haven't
Yeah.
gone anywhere near the actual reception.
Yeah.
And when
But
I see,
they also do sit under here as well,
okay.
and they probably won't go upstairs, but they can go upstairs.
Yeah,
as
well,
So obviously we don't know.
nobody's been there, okay? If I
Okay.
sort of think that somebody is, okay, or somebody actually said that they were, then I would blur their actual face out. So that's not a
Fair
problem.
enough. That's the only thing I would ask.
Okay,
obviously.
no, that won't
But,
be
like I
any.
said, the next officer might actually just turn around and say, like, you've been spoken to twice, you're getting searched. Fair enough. I know you might disagree with it, but that's probably what will probably happen.
Yeah, but then
I get what
I
you're
will
saying.
wait and see when I engage
Okay,
with the
that's
next
fine.
officer.
But all I'm just saying to you is probably what would happen next. Obviously, because we've had interactions now with you, 3 of us. Obviously, we've spoken to you,
Yeah.
and that's that. Okay?
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
No worries.
No worries. Thank
Sure.
you, sir.
Have a
The officer accepts there's no crime and backs down, though she warns others may stop or search him again. The auditor, calm but resolute, agrees to any future interactions but reminds them again that misuse of powers will be unlawful. The exchange ends with mutual acknowledgement, but the auditor clearly leaves with the upper hand.
Okay, so there is her walk of shame, where she really thought that she was going to use section 43 on me, but she got absolutely nothing at all. So she has to get back in her van and then she has to drive off. So, but what an absolute joke that she thought that she could get out. and actually go in for a section 43. Okay. Right. What an absolute joke this woman is. Absolute joke. So, but she really needs to sort it out. She really does. Look, in with the vehicle running and on her phone. So, what does that say? So,
Yes?
well, you do realise you shouldn't be on your phone while the engine's running.
Yes, I can be.
No, you can't be. That is what the actual law is. You're not above the law.
I'm hot.
You still got the keys in the ignition.
And I'm hot.
That is, it makes no difference. The law is with the keys in the ignition. Okay, so you can see there, guys, that she really did not like that. Okay, so and she can jog on.
The final act delivers the walk of shame. The officer who once threatened to use Section 43 has no choice but to retreat to her van empty-handed. The auditor doesn't let her leave quietly. He calls out her phone use with the engine running, pointing out the law applies to her too. The clip closes with biting commentary on failed intimidation and hypocrisy. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.